Here, queen. Ooh, where's the queen going?
Ooh,
Rook takes f7 is devastating.
It's overworked. Rook
Yeah,
takes f7 is the next move.
Oh
It's
no.
Ouchtown. Population Bortnik.
Queen e6. Just play queen e6.
Oh,
Queen d8.
no, queen d8 prevents the
Wow.
rook takes f7. Wow, what a pin. What a nice find.
Yeah,
But Hikaru renews it. He puts the queen on c5. Look for rook takes f7, followed by bishop takes d5. Discovering discoveries. We just discovered some discoveries, OMGs or snaps.
Oh, man.
And to all nearly 5,500 of you with us, whether you're at twitch.tv/chess, chess.com TV, thank you for being here. The Bullet Chess Championship rolls on as we are getting set for the finals to take place between Grandmasters Hikaru Nakamura and Olexandr Bortnyk. And in order to preview that match, we did some homework today and dove behind the scenes. I think a big question for everybody, Robert, is what does Bortnyk got to do to have a chance against Hikaru? And if he does those things, will some of those things actually maybe be a little menacing to Hikaru? On that note, we actually did a little research and said, as we would in any matchup, what's the history between these two guys? And I have something that might surprise the fans. Do you want to lead the way and take us through this game?
I'm a little scared to, Danny, because it hurts me. It pains me to see this. Because if you look through the first couple moves of the game, right, you see the e4, g6, typical modern defense setup, right? d4, bishop g7, still we're in typical opening theory, bishop h6. And then
Bortnyk.
That's where you grab your head. And you're just like, that must be the single, besides queen h5,
right?
That's the single worst move on the board is bishop h6. I can't think of a worse. Maybe bishop a6 is similarly bad. But bishop h6, and it's like, oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. But of course, you're anticipating the pre-move. So after a6, he took on g7, and that's when Hikaru Nakamura says, I hate you. We're never playing again.
And guess what happened after that game, fans? They have not played since. in this game where Bortnyk pulled the Lafong and beat Hikaru with the replay, instant replay, going to let the moves play out on the board, Hikaru Nakamura resigned this position naturally and refused to continue playing a bullet match that had been going against Bortnyk. And so on the one hand, you totally understand, right? It's super frustrating, especially for grandmasters at that level. Be like, come on, dude. But it's also an indicator of some of the things that make bullet chess unique, right? You are always trying to take advantage of your opponent's pre-moves and anticipate opportunities to catch them in a swindle that is unique to a time scramble, unique to people pre-moving and in playing bullet chess. And on that note, we actually saw that yesterday, Robert. So we bring up the next game here between Alexander Grishuk and Bortnyk in a match that, again, I had Grishuk winning this match, and I thought that he was the better player, and I think he was. But you got to give Bortnyk credit for having the skill of knowing when those opportunities are there. In this position, the most natural next move to play, given that Grishuk had just played a7, is, of course, to get a queen. But Bortnyk had already set up a scenario where his king was stalemated, and so he played the move bishop to b8.
Genius.
Of course, any other moves winning for Grishuk, like no debate, right? G7 is mate in 2, followed by a lady on G8, right? Of course, taking is checkmate in 1. But one move had already been pre-moved and likely on auto queen. Of course, the move A8 queen, and Bortnik once again had swindled his way to a victory in bullet chess. So let me ask you this before we move on from this point. We've now seen him completely pull the Lafong and really upset Hikaru to playing an absolute nasty, no excuse for this sort of behavior, frowned upon in all 50 states, this sort of move, bishop to b8. But is there a skill there to anticipate those opportunities that Bortnik has?
There absolutely is, Danny. And this is the kind of most clear-cut example because it ends the game on the spot. But much more frequently, you see opponent take a pawn. When you know that someone's just shuffling their pieces back and forth, they'll take a pawn that's actually not en prise, so like the opponent can capture it back, but they don't have the time to. We saw Ali Reza Firouzja do that, where let's say there's I'm just trying to think of it. Even let's say the move A8 equals queen wasn't played. So you move this bishop to b8, knowing some other move was pre-moved, so your next move can be bishop takes pawn. And so it's very frequent that you see situations like this occur. It is a skill. And okay, this is like the most, blatant example of a terrible pre-move gone wrong. But it happens much more frequently than people might think when it's a normal looking position, but both sides have 6 seconds left. So you put your rook attacking the other person's rook where they can take you for free, but they've already pre-moved some other move, and then you go and take their rook, right? So it is a skill. You need to time it correctly. Sometimes you just get fortunate, and other times it backfires. So it's, you make your own luck, they say, but I think Bortnik done a great job of emphasizing why this is a part of bullet chess.
But of course, on that note, Bortnik is not just a swindler, right? He also is a very strong chess player, and he's going to need both if he has any chance against Hikaru Nakamura. And on that note, we wanted to pull up a game here that he had yesterday where this may have been the final nail in MVL's coffin. Bortnik, despite being under pressure, as black here, and MVL's trying to launch an attack that might get frisky here if you give him another move. The knight's coming to h6, everybody, so if you make some sort of random move, this move hits f7, a double attack by the bishop and the knight. And if you take it, Maxim's attack immediately becomes very, very dangerous. But Bortnik, pausing appropriately, calculates very, very well. Bishop takes f5, and then knight h4, and suddenly you and I think Eric was with me then, and we were both just sort of surprised, like, oh, wait, yeah, actually the queen has to retreat. Black is going to win that pawn on f5. And then he went on to simply crush Maxim in this game. The knight came to d5, and after g6, and then the trick with e4, very, very quickly spotting the potential dynamics of a fork. And indeed, that emote went viral in the chat, and you had pieces falling, and Bortnik went on to win a game, really with absolutely no real difficulties here. And this game, I think, in many ways, was the final chance. There would be no more comeback after Bortnik crushed Maxim here and delivered mate on f2. So again, there's the swindles. We've seen it. We've seen the last game he played against Hikaru, but there's also some high quality chess. And one more example of that. We actually did our research and found this video where Olexandr Bortnyk actually held his own even against the world champion Magnus Carlsen, that we're going to take a quick peek on and see the final moments of this game.
Has somewhat less time, but Magnus is visibly nervous, and still his rook is, struggles to find an open file. Still struggles to find an open file with his rook, while his opponent seems to play with a serious amount of
attack on a4 and f7.
Well, it's a very annoying double attack. I'm sure Magnus has blundered this one. I don't even see a move for rook f8. Now he's a piece down.
Knight for 3 pawns.
Yeah, it's 3 pawns, but those pawns, they are not connected pass pawns. So objectively, White's position is much better. Queen e3, queen d4. He might still save this one, but it's a very, very bad position now. King to g7, rook d5, rook to c8, a check on second rank. Yeah, that's good. Checks all the time. No, rook b1.
Magnus
keeping
does
the
barely
b pawn
save it, but it
protected.
does show that Bortnik is
Then
was
it
in
won't
charge.
be that easy for White to hide the king now. King goes to f4,
Bortnik's up a knight here with 2 pawns, but at this end game, it's only White's game to win. But earlier on, it looked very shaky, and drawing Magnus is an obvious accomplishment.
This is totally different than the bullet we're about to see with that 2-second increment. Makes it feel like this is lasting forever. People are like, take the time away. So funny.
Yeah, if the b7 pawn is
Bullet.
not
It's
here,
kind of
I
like
know the winning
Bullet is kind of
method,
like
and maybe it
once
will
you
be
have
demonstrated by
Skittles,
Alexander
you're
Bortnyk.
like,
So you
don't
get,
give
you
me
take the b7
like some
pawn
sort of
first
like
all,
candy that has any
which
sort of
might
health
be not easy
benefits,
to do.
right?
Yeah.
Like this
And then
increment,
you
it's
are
like take it
supposed to
away from me.
sacrifice on f7 and take the pawn
Right,
anyway.
just like prolonging the game here, which is, all right. It
Keeping the
allows them to make better
possibility
moves
play
for
f6
sure.
if,
And ultimately, I think they're
will
going to
be-
repeat right here.
if the chance will be given.
And all right,
What he's doing?
Rook d6. He's trying to control the seconds.
Ooh, that's a
sixth rank,
nervous
but it is
Magnus
very,
there.
very logical. A check from here.
all right. Well, we'll let it play out
D7.
here.
Now white can
Keep
black
waiting for
can
the game to end in a
copy
draw. Bortnik showing that he
96
doesn't really
is
have
an
any
option.
threats.
That's
Magnus
interesting,
keeps preventing this
because
move
96
96
would have
check,
been
which is
really
key.
annoying. Rook here, king f8, king to d5. The feeling is like
Those two commentators
Now,
looking
F6.
real stoic. I'm not gonna lie.
f6.
Yeah, I haven't seen the move. I thought that it was frozen, but
The opposite of me and you.
yeah, we're
The
we have all the
Hesgasm
things.
emote can't be born if you sit
4
still.
seconds only for white.
Five
That's
already.
true.
White is bringing
I
the
try
knight
my
to
best,
f5, and then it's
but when I don't
check
succeed-
and rook
You try
f4.
again. Hashtag Aaliyah.
Checks,
I was gonna say you
here
get what you
it's
want
always gonna be
and what you
checks.
need.
Hey,
Checks.
that's true.
And when I feel tired, I can't sleep.
Just
Knight f3.
Are we
now
doing
he
this right
can-
now?
Well, actually, I think
I just
you
want
go
you to
back
try to
b5,
fix me.
Right, you don't want to move the pawn because then white rook is
No?
put on b7 and it
I'll
attacks
fix you,
both
Chris Martin.
b4 and
As soon as you
f7,
fix your
so
relationship
white will have
status.
Whoa.
Stop-
Oh,
stop
he
making
was
bad
about to
decisions.
Yeah, he
check
could
That
be
feels
playing
harsh.
because of
Wait, why didn't that knight go to
this
e5? Wasn't knight e5 winning in that
We had
position?
this
Yes, it
position
There
was.
is no
already.
95.
told you,
No, he
his
just went
opponent
knight
is a
d4
very,
instead of
very
knight
good
e5. A
player.
couple. I mean, maybe I'm on a little delay
still-
here, but
No, but I think the rook still had
Magnus is
F.
safe.
the rook was on
Was the rook on
b5.
F1 there?
No, man, he had it.
I think it might be already like
Well, there you go.
threefold repetition, but
If Magnus plays bishop, rook b6.
check. King to e5, check from b5. Now the king has to go back.
Nothing
Knight
to it.
d4.
So
Rook
at least we know
b6.
that while he
I
may
think it was
rely
still
on a lot of
just
pre-move
Sarah,
swindles,
rook b1. That's something
he
new.
does
That's
he does
something
also
new.
try to
Check
win
here,
endgames
king
sometimes,
back
that
to
being
f4,
Bortnik.
another check. And rook to b1. That's, I'm sure, is a threefold repetition, but white will continue.
We are
trying.
5 minutes away from the Bullet Chess
Goes
Championship
e4
final,
now, rook
everybody.
f5.
And there you go. Magnus
So now
finally
black
is
makes
going to pick
sure
up the
he
g-pawn or
exchanges the
force knight
last
f3
pawn
here.
because,
Indeed he does.
yeah, now he can play.
Man, this was a
f7,
long
f6,
video.
but
Yeah,
he
seriously.
decides not to because, yeah. But how do you make progress?
I had
with
enough
white
time
in
to
this
get my
position?
haircut
Black simply moves
that
his
I'm
king.
dying
Yeah.
to get
Or
for
at
a
least
while.
shave your
F8,
face.
G7, G8,
Hey, no,
whatever.
definitely don't have time for that.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be possible. Yeah, whenever you move the knight, yeah, it is a draw. It's just a
Can't
draw.
wait for this match though.
Knight d4.
I'm
Once
excited.
again,
One
this-
last trick there
this
by
little
Bortnik. If you
trick.
take g5, there was knight e6 check with the
Once
fork.
again, the same little trick with knight e6 check. It was
The fork nick.
yeah,
Fork
it was
Nick,
better to
fork knight.
and now he
I
left
do
knight
love your
for
Bortnik
f6.
strong
He
thing,
goes
by
for
the way.
f6.
It's really funny.
That's the only chance
Hey,
now.
Bortnik is strong.
Checks,
Oh,
after two
f6,
checks,
trading off that last pawn.
Strike still dangerous for Magnus Carlsen, but his opponent
Indeed.
is on literally on seconds.
Look at him
so he
living
has
off
to
the
really
increment,
play
though.
very fast.
You see some of that blitz
F7.
skill slash bullet skill
Well.
really coming out.
Oh well.
But now he's recovered there. He was down to a couple seconds. The increment brought him back.
Threats on. He doesn't want to give this G pawn, which is remarkable. Which is remarkable because.
Her
yeah,
co-commentator
that's
must
actually
have
the
said
way to
something
get
funny.
into
I missed
trouble,
it.
I guess. Still trying to protect.
I've
your
really.
pawn because
This has been a long
yeah,
video,
one day
honestly.
this rook might
Hey, I'm
be
getting a little bit of a break here off camera. We know the people are happy
96.
about that, so I'm gonna let it ride out.
knight to
Yeah.
E6,
Right off into the sunset, my friend.
five.
Be like Jared Allen when he retired.
Well.
By the way, did anyone in the chat watch the Final Four games
This
yesterday?
game will continue. It's already moved number 100.
Now that you gave me a break to talk about
I
basketball,
know, and he just offered
this
the
is
draw
dangerous. You open the door.
for Magnus Carlsen.
You open the
After winning
door.
3 in a row, he was unable to win against Alexander
Uh
Bortnyk.
oh, we got GM John
He
Davis
should be very
loving
happy with
Texas
the
Tech.
overall
We got some
result.
UVA,
Checking the other
baby.
boards, it's a draw for Vasilia Graf.
Hey,
It's
UVA got
0.
pretty fortunate.
And
Can't
Correctly
deny that.
managed to
That
win
double
the
dribble
board
that everybody
before
Wins
with,
on board.
should have noted there.
Yes.
Georg Maier.
And there you go. Oh, and we have our players here, just like that. All
Oh, we
right,
do?
we've got one of them on camera, Hikaru Nakamura. We've got Bortnik still rocking the Armenian nightclub look. We'll check on the status of that. But either way, the Bullet Chess Championship getting underway. So that was a lot of fun, right? We've set the tone. Obviously, I think that Hikaru Nakamura's reputation and success kind of speaks for itself, and we know that he is indeed the heavy favorite in this match, as it should be considered. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the new format with the sets situation in terms of whether that helps the underdog, being Bortnik, or ultimately makes no difference, as we saw Maxime Vachier-Lagrave be the favorite against Levon Aronian and do exactly what he was supposed to do.
I'm going to be honest with you, Danny.
Yep.
I don't think there is any helping the underdog in this case. When Hikaru Nakamura is the favorite, you have no chance. Either he beats himself or he's just going to beat you.
Hey.
Do we get to remind Hikaru, ask Daryl Morey, about his last game against Bortnik? the one that caused him to stop playing against him?
If Hikaru wins the match, we're going to remind him of that for sure, right? If he somehow does, as you said, beat himself and lose this one, I don't know that that's going to be a topic that we broach, but we'll see how the players are engaging with us after the show. Of course, everybody stick around. There are 6,500 of you with us, as there should be, because guess what? The hype is real. The Bullet Chess Championship Finals is about to get underway. It's all led us to this. As we said, two completely different paths here by these guys to get in this spot. One player being seeded as the 1 seed, the unofficial best player in the world at Bullet, maybe about to make that official. The other guy played in every single event we've had since April 3rd to this moment, and now he's got the hardest task of all, to play Hikaru Nakamura in a match. And in about 60 seconds here, the match will get underway. Give us your hype. Give us your love. Give us that Hesgasm, new emote. Robert's going to be cutting his hair and shaving his face after this match, so this is your last chance to see what you got on camera here.
Yeah, it's the last chance. It's true. It's 100% true. This beard is going away. This hair is being cut. Cannot wait for it. So give everybody get hyped, because I'm hyped. And we see Bortnik on camera here. He just got this webcam because he didn't have one. Honestly, it's a pretty good camera. Oh, taking a phone call.
It looks like a great camera. Also looks like nice choice with the curtains there. I like the style. The drapes seem to match probably the carpet. I don't know what's going on the floor, but we'll see. We've got Bortnik sitting down and ready to rock. You ready? I'm ready.
This
thing's about to get underway. Here we go.
I'm ready. Let's
go.
I'm so pumped, Danny. I'm so excited. How many games to win a set? It's 6 games like tennis. All right, we got E3 by Hikaru. He just played.
That's how you start things off. And again, remember, everybody, this is a format that is broken up into chunks. We have a best of 5, so it takes 3 sets to win. Winning a game gets you a game point. 6 points are required to win the set, and set has to be won by 2 games or more.
Already too slow, Danny. 7 seconds ahead is Hikaru right now. Black is doing quite solidly right now, or looked worse if he moves there. Knight b4. Played knight b4, try to get c5. And okay, knight d8, same idea. Knight e6, play for c5. And so Bortnik has done well. His position looked worse a couple moves ago. He's gotten rid of his backwards pawn, but right now it's all Hikaru on the clock. I would go knight e4 or knight g5. At some point, I want to take that bishop on f3. This move looks like it just loses a pawn. Now, if you take that pawn, you can't take back because rook to d1 pins the bishop. So he's thinking, but he's spending too much time here.
And this is a storyline we highlighted yesterday, that Bortnik did consistently get down on the clock against people, but found his swindle game when it mattered most. The issue is, can you have a swindle game against Hikaru, right?
97 coming. Yeah, I don't think you can. But look at this bishop on c3. Very strong piece here.
Very, very strong. Nice position.
Yep. And look at this d pawn now. So instead of black has the double f pawns isolated. Look at rook h3. Nice move by Hikaru. Swing his rook to activity. But that was a nice find. Rook g5, f4.
F4, very nice by Hikaru. Now he'll gobble up the h pawn as soon as he's into it. First he puts the knight on f5. Here comes rook takes h5. Oh, no, he wants to prevent rook g2. Even better technique.
Here comes the rook anyway.
Probably not enough for Bortnik to do anything but lose on time here, though. I mean, are we about to see a 30-second?
Yeah, we are. And I don't have words for that. He's so fast.
That's a time dominance that is worth I hate those math conversions. You know me, Robert. I'm not a guy who even likes saying things like the bishop pair is worth, 7 points. I don't like those because I don't believe the direct comparisons are fair. But a 30-second time advantage is worth practically a rook.
Yes.
I mean, that's insanity. That's insanity.
What's queen h2 there?
I don't know what it is. He's gone in for full bullet mode with Bortnik.
But this is weird. Oh, bishop d6.
Bishop d6, a nice little skewer. Hikaru shakes his head. He's unhappy for missing that one, but finds knight g5. There's no mate on h7. Very nice. Whoa.
Take on e4, though. Start winning some pawn. Oh, actually, I blundered mate on b2. So take on e4.
Yeah, you got to be careful with this knight. We got a battery poking here.
But here comes e4 at some moment.
And Hikaru wants the battery. E3's falling with check. He didn't take it.
I don't know why he didn't take it.
Yeah,
but
I think Hikaru messed that up.
So you don't want to go b3. That opens up the diagonal. So king b.
Oh
my
F6.
gosh!
He does it. Oh, Hikaru's not going to let him take that one back, right?
Oh, look at him go. Just rook d3, king d2. It's safe. Knight e4. Oh, watch out for queen b2.
Rook takes d3's forced, but the queen will come in anyway. Yep, Hikaru does it.
Oh, f5.
F5 was winning a piece there.
They both missed it. In fact,
Hikaru and Bortnik both missing the move f5, which would have forked the queen and knight, everybody.
So White's better here. Up a pawn. This f7 pawn is weak. Queen to d5. He's taking over this position.
White's also better from
Queen
a
h1,
bullet
Queen h1.
point of view. Queen h1, it's going to be mate. No, Hikaru gets out barely.
Take on a5. He won a pawn, though. And now play queen.
This
F5.
is where Bortnik does his best work, though, everybody. Despite being down on the clock, this is in swindle territory. We'll see if Bortnik can do it.
I don't think he can. It's too much time. It's too strong.
Not enough time. In fact, as soon as Hikaru eliminates the knights, I'm going to call it. There will be no swindle. That's what Hikaru is going to avoid all day if he wins this match.
Wow.
Look at the pre-move skill there. That was OP stuff, as the kids say. Shout out to all the kids or adults in Twitch chat or Chess.com TV, because Hikaru OP stands for over pomegranate, which means you now prefer berries. What?
I thought OP was original poster.
Original poster. I thought it was over pomegranate. When I go to Jamba Juice, I order OP. I'm over pomegranate. I want berries.
Got it. That's fair. And are you over the dark squares as well? Because black's taken all.
I've been over the dark squares for a long time, buddy. But Hikaru's not over the exchange loss. He finds rook takes c7. Does that hold?
No way.
No, it loses the rook. But that was still super creative defense by Hikaru there.
The rook on g5 is kind of trapped. If you went f4 and g3 and stuff like that.
And now who's better? Hikaru blunders the exchange, and he's still better.
Yeah, he's better in this thing. Well, that rook b1, rook b8, he wins the b6 pawn. But this is Hikaru's game.
You can't lose this endgame.
No, he can't. And the time situation is going to be a huge factor.
He's going to play f4 and g3, put a bishop on the light squares.
He had to stop bishop g4 check.
I know. I thought there was supposed to be like a mate if you trap the king on a light square with the light square bishop.
Take it and go rook d4.
D7, bishop e8. Hikaru's going to hold on. And maybe he'll just take h5. Yeah, he settles.
So this is Bortnik declined a draw, and now he came to agree to that draw. Whew.
Yeah, Hikaru making the polite decision there, I think, because he could have probably played for time, given that he was up 7 seconds.
I think he respects Bortnik's speed enough to know that Bortnik would have held it anyway.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's also very dangerous because the rook is probably the much easier thing to pre-move in that dynamic, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good point.
I like what Bortnik's done in this game, because he's made sure that there are no breaks for black, and so you can't go c6 with the knight hanging on b6. So if you're Hikaru, you need to move that knight and then try for c6. But look at bishop g2 coming, then f3. Oh, look at that c7 pawn, Danny. Knight b5, rook c1.
I love it.
Take on c5 here.
Well, you got to defend b3. If knight takes d5, you're going to punch e4 through? He does it.
Yep.
Here comes the bishop poking at the rook on a1.
And that was a big blunder by Bortnik. He's blundering right now. But look at this. He's got a counter here. Castle king, knight f4.
You have queen g6 too if you want it at some point.
The a1 is hanging.
Okay, so he's won back some material. Plus the white.
Queen c2 was nice. That was a nice move.
Forcing the kings off the board. Look at Bortnik speeding up. He knows his only real chance is to make sure he's not under that. He can't do what he was doing to some of his other opponents. Hikaru's just too fast in the scramble.
Yeah, and he's losing this one. But the knights are tricky. Knight f4, it hits h5. Mm-hmm. So you got trade rooks now.
Very smart. Get the rooks off the board if you're Hikaru. Now you can work on the passed c pawn. I'm going to put the bishop on d3. Ooh, I thought he would.
Okay,
instead takes a4. Nice move. That's going to be harsh. Hard to recover. You can't take because you win with the pin.
Man, Hikaru
flawless execution. Shao Kahn just came out and went flawless victory.
Whoa! And Bortnik shook his head, just like I can't.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Wow.
Wow, that was just Hikaru going full puzzle rush mode. That was nuts.
Man. All right, so here we go. So we see Hikaru taking a typical setup, easy for him to play, quick moves, and this is sort of like what his last round game against Jeffrey Zhang was, where he. There's some ideas with it. You're playing c5. Okay, the pawn was an f5 in that game, which black actually wants to get a little bit more activity. But I listened to his Twitch commentary about that game, and it was really fascinating to hear his thoughts. And here, with the white pieces, Danny, he's going after the e7 pawn. He's taking over the dark squares. He'll play h4, h5, and try to get h6 in.
And this becomes a position that is so hard to be Bortnik because Hikaru already up on the clock.
Yep.
is also in a position where the moves are easier for white. The queen
Yep.
is centralized. You can poke at pawns even if there's no concrete threat.
Oh boy, that's a weakening
Yeah,
move for sure.
now you better watch out for the G pawn. E pawn and G pawn. I got 2 of them to target.
But queen e6 was a nice defensive move there. Play rook a6 to d6. All right, I thought he should have.
Okay,
Check.
he's going to tuck the king
Queen
away,
G4.
but does queen G4 do enough on rook? Oh, I thought rook E4 was coming, and it may come now.
But rook
Yep,
e4,
he
this
finds
queen.
it.
Oh, I was gonna say queen d1, but the 2 pieces
Yep,
covering the square.
I'm on it.
The
In
queen's
fact,
trapped.
If
Okay.
you have to trade,
Oh, I
Hikaru
don't.
wants more.
He wants so
Hikaru
much.
hungry.
Rook c7,
Hikaru
rook
won
b1.
win.
Play.
That's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Ooh, he's gonna trade, and the b2 rook is a prisoner to the b3 pawn. Rook c3, the flippin'
Precise technique.
the flippin' technique. I can't even take it. He's so good. God, I couldn't find rook c3 with an hour on the clock.
Yes, you could, Danny.
I mean, that's a slight exaggeration, but as Dvoretsky's biggest disappointment, I'm just looking at that guy below me and, glad I'm not facing him right now.
It's okay. You're. Never mind. But here with black pieces, Hikaru doing his typical setup. He's got some weaknesses, the d6 pawn in particular, but g4 is too weakening for white. You're opening up your king side. So instead, we get a closed position where knights tend to be better than bishops, right? The bishop on b3 goes to a4 because they had no diagonal to work with. The knights come to a5 into c4. I'm telling you, white is not going to be happy in this game.
Yep. Whoa. Oh, it literally scared me.
What?
How did he get there? He's
What?
always watching, waiting, judging, knowing. Him and my wife are the only two that give me real stress dreams. Wow.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you want to say that about your wife on
me.
air.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
F5. The Hikaru fear is real in my body. Like, that just proved it. If I was wearing a heart monitor, you would be like, he's not faking. He's not that good of an actor. Anxiety.
Well, Hikaru does that to people. It's not just you, Danny.
Look at that move, C4 though by Bortnik. He is for the first time, I think, truly equal on the clock in a position he can actually
rook takes
hold.
d4, rook takes e7. What a setup.
Very nice swindle. Oh, he sacks the exchange anyway.
Yeah, that was smart.
That was
Freeing the
very
bishop.
smart by Hikaru. He can hold with f6, bring the king up on the light squares.
And look at the clock situation. Extra 5
And again, it's
seconds.
a much easier position to play for Hikaru. His instincts are just unreal.
Yep, but he gave up. Unfortunately, he gave that d pawn. He didn't have to, but he
But
went
the pre-move game is OP, dog, over pomegranate.
I
Get
think
the
it's
mango next
on
time.
point. Is that your OP? Is that your meaning?
Is it on point or is it overpowered?
Dude, you're really a dad. I have no idea.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Take f3. Take that pawn. King G.
How about overused puns in my case? That's right.
He found it. He found
Okay,
the
he
draw.
finds a way to get out of it. Hikaru expresses a small amount of emotion there, biting his lower lip.
There goes the ambulance. Do you think this
Yep.
for Bortnik's chances? What do you think? It's still going. And when there it is, you're going so slowly. Ambulance, move. You go quicker. Hopefully that means there's not a problem.
Look at the time advantage. If Hikaru started out slightly off yesterday against Fallujah, I feel like today he is slightly on, right?
Oh,
I
bishop
mean,
c3, queen d2. Nice.
Yeah, but c7 falls in the end. It's NBD.
In the end, it doesn't even matter, Danny.
Right?
b5 or
right.
d3 comes. Oh wait, white's up a pawn.
Yep, that's what I mean. Like, it didn't even
Does
matter.
matter.
He got c7, and only Hikaru can win again, right? But don't you agree? It's like yesterday, the match with Fallujah being close almost woke him up. He destroyed Aronian, and right now it's hard to imagine anything but that because Hikaru is just a monster.
Rook f2. Hikaru's, I think
A
he's...
little irritated with how that got away from him, agreed.
Yep, rook takes
He
d5,
could
rook
trade
takes
to the
d2.
draw. Draw endgame now. Yep,
Offering
and
the draw is
indeed they
interesting. I guess he's just trying to beat him over the board at this point.
Hikaru is trying to make sure Bortnik doesn't get a single victory here right now in the first set anyway.
All right, so playing quickly. Bortnik's, he's playing a little
Bortnik
more
has
quickly.
sped up. He really has. He's sped up. You got to give him credit for that. He also hasn't moved in the last 20 minutes. Somebody poke him. Okay, I guess I can see the eyes moving quickly, so there is a real person there.
I see the calculation happening.
Yeah.
All right, so, whoa, he's sacked. That's smart. We talked about with Levon in that one game against Maxime. Sacking for the king side attack makes your opponent use a lot of time, but Hikaru's still playing quickly. Oh,
whoa.
Falls.
Blunders e6. That might be the first big mistake we've seen Hikaru
E5.
make.
Go E5, just push through.
E5 was just lights out. Now it's maybe. Oh, he should have done it still. If you traded on F6,
everything's hanging. Hikaru loses.
Okay,
for
so
the first
Hikaru
time.
can't defend anyway, but I'm not sure that was converted in the most accurate way, and there will be no goose egg, at least not in this first set. Bortnik finally gets on the board with a big, big win there.
Yeah, and Bortnik shows that he's not going to go down without a fight. In fact, he's had some decent positions thus far.
Yep.
Of course, Hikaru's outplaying him. That's what Hikaru does to you. But Bortnik has shown some real class here, and he's proving why he was not only deserving invitee to the qualifier round robin, then he made it to the finals here. He's showing his might, and he beat Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. He has nothing to hang his head about here. And I see Brad Pitt from Fight Club using the oh boy, because I am excited here. Watch out for kingside attack, e4, e6, queen h6, mate. Do it. Honestly, e4, e6, and just queen h6. It works. It works.
He's going to go for it. Hikaru just, right now he's torturing him on the dark squares, but watch for this punch through as Robert's been highlighting at some point. Now he's, he allowed it. You had to put the bishop or play e6 there if you were a Bortnik. That diagonal is going to come back to haunt you in the worst way.
Yep. And here goes bishop.
You can never take this a3 pawn because Hikaru will flip the script on the h8 square. This is just even bishop f6 here or bishop c5. Very nice.
Yeah, rook a7. I was going to say you can trade off rooks because the endgame is winning for white with the extra 2 pawns over there. And
the technique is OP. The time advantage is OP. Hikaru Nakamura is completely on point right now. This is awesome.
Yep. He's
going to go for a net that makes black have nightmares. You flip the rook to this side of the board, which forced rook to c6, but that's not the ideal position. And rook e7 to win the bishop. Bortnik, I can't believe it either, brother. I get it. Shakes his head like, what just happened there? Amazing. Shout out to all 7,100 of you with us. If you happen to be tuning into the Chess channel for the first time, this is the Bullet Chess Championship. On Sunday, we have had a full week of qualifiers, amazing games, amazing matches. But this is it. This is the final match, Hikaru Nakamura and Bortnik competing for the title of Bullet Chess Champion here. So give us a follow before you go anywhere else. The biggest events in chess happen right here. Appreciate all the subs, all the bits, all the love we've been given all week, Robert. It's been real. I've felt it. And thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody who's here. Yeah.
And look at this massive queenside for white, or at least it looked like a great queenside, but all of a sudden Hikaru closes it. And it says your a4 pawn is g4.
Ooh.
No way. This just opens up.
He's going for f6, but Hikaru is calculating like a stone cold killer. He's like, I don't even care about f6. Honey Badger chess. Oh, and who's gonna get mate? Who's gonna get mate?
He wins the bishop on c4. He mates on h1.
Oh, it just hurts. That might be the first set coming to a close. He wipes the tears from his eyes.
Whoa, Chess Bay with the gifted
real.
subs.
Whoa.
20 gifted
OMGs
subs.
Are snaps. OMGs are snaps. And 20 of you can now use that emote. OMGs are snaps. Chess Bay, we love you. Thank you so much. And Hikaru Nakamura, oh my Jeezer snaps, wins the first set. It's in the books. Hikaru shows that format being new, this is Chenis, this is Tess, this is whatever it is, Tess or Chenis. He is ready to rock, and the next set is already underway. The players are rolling through, and we have 20 gifted subs. Again, thank you so much, Chess Bay. Get those OMGs or snaps emotes out if you're a new sub. Show us the hype. That's how you thank somebody who gave you a gifted sub. You spam the chat with emotes ruthlessly for the rest of the show.
Hey, Danny, I have a question.
Yep.
Does this make you a Chentis? Because you're no? Okay.
I got an old Chenis injury coming back to get me though. I got an old Chenis elbow.
Oh no.
I got some Chenis elbow here on this table here.
I think Hikaru is giving Bortnik the people's elbow.
Hikaru is giving everybody fits. Shout out to Swindle Sticks for your Twitch Prime sub. We appreciate your Prime. We accept Prime. Oh, man. Hikaru is under the attack, but he's also up a piece. He sits up in his chair. We haven't seen Hikaru shift like that since 1987 when he joined this world. Thanks for being here, Hikaru. We appreciate it.
Look at you having his birth year just in your head at all times.
I know his birth year and his birthday. What am I, not
December
Hikaru
9th,
fan?
Right? December 9th?
That's right. Very good. Whoa. You passed the test.
Let's go. And I give you the
Queen H3, watch out for it. Hikaru says, I got you, Dan. I'm watching that square.
Check.
Ooh, but he gives up the draw the second time around. Yeah. Gonna shake his head. I don't think Hikaru wanted the draw.
Nope.
And Bortnik's going to take it. Yeah.
And a better start here for Bortnik.
Okay, well, the second set is underway. Remember, everybody, of the format today. Let me remind you that every set refreshes the score back to 0, and draws count for nothing. We have eliminated the draw from chess. Hashtag you're welcome, world. Did you watch the 2018 World Chess Championship and ask Robert and Danny for a solution? And what did we give you? We eliminated draws from the game by taking it out of the tennis format.
Yep. And it's it's like you said, it's the score. Nothing happens to the score. It just gives the players a clean slate. So it's 0-0 in this second set here. And if you had to compare these players to tennis players, who would you compare them to? Like, who's Bortnik?
Hikaru Nakamura is definitely Djokovic, a bad boy, a badass, if I can say that. He's a bad boy. He's a badass, and he's very polarizing. People love Hikaru, and then some people don't like him. But you know what? Bortnik got a win there. If I had to compare Bortnik,
I don't know. Is he like he's Ukrainian, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know who to get here. Maybe Olexandr Dolgopolov? That's way too literal because his name's Olexandr.
I think you just put a bunch of consonants together and let it roll out of your mouth. You take it back. That's not a real word.
Dolgopolov was really really good like 5 years
just
ago.
Kidding.
I mean, I like tennis a lot, so you don't get me started about this too. Anyway, back to the chess.
Yep.
So Olexandr Bortnyk is up a game here, and he breaks in the center very quickly. And this is good for Black. The E3 pawn is a weakness. Black's king is safer, despite the dark squares being a bit vulnerable there. And okay, Rook C7 comes in quickly. Here, Queen. Ooh, where's the Queen going?
Ooh,
Rook takes F7 is devastating.
It's overworked. Rook takes F7 is the next move.
Oh
it's
no!
Ouchtown. Population Bortnik.
Queen E6. Just play Queen E6.
Queen D8. No, Queen D8 prevents the Rook takes F7. Wow, what a pin. What a nice find. Yeah, but Hikaru renews it. He puts the Queen on C5. Look for Rook takes F7, followed by Bishop takes D5. Discovering discoveries. We just discovered some discoveries, OMGs or snaps.
Oh, man.
Bishop takes D5 check. Still good, maybe, but he's also got a whole lot of time on the clock here. And
whoa!
Rook to D7! It's sick! Bortnik shakes his head. How could you find that with only a few seconds?
That's unbelievable.
I don't know, but he does it all the time.
It's so frustrating. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Bortnik did win the first game in the second set, proving our format as a reason why we separated, because the format always allows that at the very least you will always have a chance to come back. And so Bortnik has a clean slate despite being down 1-0 in the set. But okay, now it's just even. Bortnik's got to just keep himself under control.
He's sacking. I know he's going to sack town in this game. Knight takes G6, Rook E6. Here it comes.
Rook takes G6, Rook takes E6, but where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Ooh, does Rook E7 work here?
We've run out of beef because the bishop on B3 is a prisoner to D5. That's the problem. You need more pieces.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. How about you?
Oh, we just saw the Hikaru bobblehead for the first time today. Who's feeling good in that chair with the red wall? Hikaru's feeling good in that chair with the red wall. Look at that bobblehead.
Good. So let's see. Rook E6 comes.
Rook E6, knight to D7.
Can I take D5? I'm trying to sacrifice my knight. It's not working, so it goes knight E3.
Okay, he's going to play C3 and bring the bishop to C2, though. That's his only chance to get more pieces in the game.
Yeah, C3 here. Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, Hikaru's not going to allow it. Rook E4, he's gaining tempi like crazy, or knight E6. Rook takes G6, you can't do that.
There's no way that works.
Yeah, Hikaru doesn't agree either. I'm with you, buddy. Let's do it at the same time.
Yeah. What
give me the Hikaru H3 square. Yeah, the
I
bobblehead's coming out. Hikaru should get all of his victims a bobblehead of him for Christmas. If he has a heart, that's what he'll do. Bobblehead Hikaru for Christmas for everybody he beat in the Bullet Chess Championship.
That's just mean.
I'm sure his elf would do that. Hickey the elf. You know.
Hickey the elf. Where is Hickey the elf?
His cousin from the North Pole would probably get that for everybody. Get a bobblehead.
He's too good. He's too good. Okay, let's see if Bortnik can hold this one. Bishop A3, taking over all the dark squares. And C4, breaking in the center. And the C file opens for the rook to C1. Okay, Bishop D5. I like that decision. Bortnik.
All right.
It's so creepy.
It's so creepy. It's not even funny what we do here. All right, we've got the bishop coming to D4 at some point. The battery is real. G7 is a target. Bortnik removes the queen, but wait, there's more. Queen takes A7. He's just winning a pawn.
Okay, but look at the queen coming in. That bishop needs to remove.
Yeah, if you could just give up this pawn, right?
Yeah.
But the Chess.com bugs prevent you from taking it off the board.
And here comes the counterattack, but it's too slow.
I don't think he has enough. The A-pawn's running too fast.
Yep. It's the little A-pawn that could. And I don't see any sort of counter here for...
Look at that, rook b1, bringing in new pieces to the fun. The b8 square has been spied. It is accounted for, and it is real, right? One girl followed by another. Brittany did it again. Oops, she did it again on b8.
I'm not a girl.
Rook
not yet
b8,
a woman.
Rook
Come
b5,
on, Danny.
rook b... That Peshka wasn't a girl, but not yet a woman, and didn't need to become one apparently. Because the game was over.
I'm pretty sure the next lyric is "All I Need Is Time," but I don't know those Britney Spears songs too well, so
we'll get a fact check on that. We'll get a fact check on Britney Spears lyrics.
Oh, what's this pawn structure? I missed the entire opening thinking about Britney Spears' song and
driving the H pawn.
Yeah,
that was the opening. That was it.
Oh, F7. Hikaru's got to be careful here.
Tactics.
Hikaru
moved slightly. You can tell he missed it.
Yep. There's mate on D8, so he had to give up.
Shook his head. The piece couldn't be taken, everybody, because of rook D8. That was the tactic.
And here down goes E5, and once that goes rook E7, then he resigns. Wow, Bortnik showing some fight.
Yep, he does. That's the first time he's gotten 2 games in any set. He lost the first set 6-1. For those of you keeping track.
Some draws there, but draws.
Yeah, the draws don't count, right?
So what to make of this?
Okay. Hikaru, bishop c4 is coming, and these light squares are a problem. Bueller.
Well, queen b6 is a double attack, but then knight goes to e6. So
yeah, but even if the queen falls, it's still a problem. So not good.
Ooh, bishop h6.
That's a creative way to solve it. Very nice by Bortnik.
You should rook f5, trying to trade the rooks in that square to fix his pawn structure.
And that fixes the structure.
King f7.
Really, actually, impressive defensive technique here by Bortnik. He's still worse if white can get d5 and Hikaru does it.
But now knight c6, he raises. Oh,
yeah, but rook g7's coming, and with it, the cookie crumbles.
Yeah,
here comes the g pawn.
He can't even go rook d8. It would have lost.
It's over.
No.
g7, rook h8. Bob's your uncle on g8.
Oh no!
Wow, he's good.
4-2.
This Hikaru guy.
Yeah,
I think the internet is here to stay for Hikaru.
He's all right.
He's all right.
I've seen worse players. Okay, This sacrifice again. It didn't work out the first time for Bortnik, but he's going for it again. He just needs to play quickly. Play with that quick attack. I don't know what this queen is doing over there on h2. Didn't seem useful. Knight d5 comes to tempo in the near future. I like knight d5 instead of knight f3, but okay.
Oh, but bishop e3. Shout out to Diamond member Ziggle who says he doesn't want a blowout because he loves the chess and loves the commentary. So if you're not rooting for Bortnik, you're in the wrong corner. Thank you, Diamond member Ziggle. We love you. Thanks for being here in the Chess TV chat.
Ziggle,
say what? Wait, it's Ziggle Day. The font's weird. Ziggle Day. Okay, my bad.
Well, okay, I was listening to you. My mistake. Never gonna happen again.
I want to start a chess school for kids who can't read good.
Oh, knight f2. He went g3.
Knight f2. He shakes his head. Hikaru's like, I'm not even happy with your play right now.
Yeah.
Well, me and Hikaru are looking in to start a chess school for kids who can't read good.
Oh, man.
I have trouble making out the blue on the thing. Thank you to Diamond member. Fix this as well. Any Hooters. Thanks to everybody.
Oh, man. This is tough to watch.
He's so good.
He's so good. You know why it's tough to watch? Because you've played Hikaru and Bullet before, right?
Yep.
You just know what it feels like.
Yep.
You're like, I've had a good position, and I'm down 27 seconds in the clock.
Yep.
Now the position's not good, but we've just been there.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
We feel for you. Mr. Bortnik, we feel for you.
You know who doesn't feel right now, though? Hikaru. He is a stone-cold robot killer, a sophisticated chess robot sent back through time to change the future for one lucky chess website. That's Chess.com.
You really strung it together on the fly because I could tell you were struggling, and you held it together.
But I kept it going. I had this ability to think of the next word I'm going to say while I'm saying this word. Like, guess which next word I'm going to say? Mango. Didn't see that coming, did you?
I'm just going to start calling you Junie Cortez.
E4, D5. It's happening. It's real. Item 9 exists. He just wins a piece.
Wait,
that's
but
why Bortnik...
D3. Oh, but he takes the knight.
He's going to get it back, but knight takes it. Hikaru sees everything, and he shakes his head with it. Because he can trade on D1 and take with the bishop.
Yep.
He just doesn't lose anything.
Yeah, he's too good.
It's ridiculous.
He's too good.
I think we're going to have a small break after this one before we move on to the third and final set, assuming it is the final set at this point. But Hikaru, shame on you for being so good.
Queen G5 had a knight F3 check idea. So, he could have went for tricks. Sometimes you just got to go for tricks when you're in trouble. And
Knight F6, and he shakes his head. He gives us the duck lips, number 13. I'm not even happy with this. I'm going to take a quick break because I got to enjoy myself. And you're not going to go anywhere. I'm watching all 7,604 of you. I can see you through the camera. If you don't believe it, why does Zuckerberg have the tape on his laptop? Okay, I can see you. I'm watching you. You're not allowed to get up. These guys can take a break. You won't. But we will be right back with more Bullet Chess Championship in just a moment. I think they rematched each other. They were so anxious to get back at it. They started before we told them to go. But hey, that's cool. Let's do it. Welcome to the Bullet Chess Championship, all of you. Thank you for being here. Hikaru Nakamura currently leads 2-0, but there's always a chance for a comeback in the Chennis format. Always a chance for Chennis elbow as well, so watch it. Make sure you see a doctor if you start to get aches and pains. It feels very arthritic at first, but it's actually Chennis elbow.
Yeah, and Bortnik is trying to use his elbow to get some room on the king side here. So H4. Oh, wait, that rook was
drive the. Oh, he doesn't.
But
Harry
I
wanted to play over here.
Decision by Nakamura to give up the rook to get the d pawn because all of a sudden the tables have turned and it's clear that black is the side to be preferred. You have space in the center. It's easier to play in a bullet. Oh, he hung a knight.
Oh, he blundered a knight. Oh, wow. He goes, whoops.
Did he make a face? I didn't
yeah,
see
he did. He went.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He just legit missed it. Yeah.
He did the shocking, like, oh no!
Right.
Oh boy. Well, did you see when Hikaru his primal screen because he didn't get to call it? Knight H3. Oh, rook takes
Knight
B3.
H3 check was a threat. No, he's got a trade queen. He's probably going to throw in the towel on this one.
Bortnik, you got to hurry up here. Rook E1.
Bortnik only has 17 seconds, so he won't. He won't throw in the towel. Yeah, but Bortnik is known for the scramble. He likes his eggs scrambled, and he's going to win it in time most of the time. King F2, and then he just sacks. Very nice. I don't
like the decision.
You don't like it?
No, it takes too long to get over there. Look, he's not going to win this game. He's got no time.
Ridiculous. Hikaru's going to draw this game.
Take on A7. Take on A7. Hurry up. Take all the pawns.
The only chance is to pre-move it out. He's going to pre-move it out. No, he gets it. He's got 2 seconds. Will he get the mate in time?
He'll mate him.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he's got King of 2 and he's got the mate. Wow. That is amazing how quickly Bortnik can turn on the jets and just thruster that victory in the pre-move lane. It's like he moves over to the HOV lane and it's like
and we got Hikaru headshake number 16, I think.
Yeah? Was it?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah,
Look at you reading up on your Danny Hikaru Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's you got to know it, right? The Wikipedia.
Yep.
And
Wikipedia.
all of a sudden, that rook on b6 is trapped, and bishop c7 would have won that rook. In fact, bishop c7 now still does.
Oh, he finds it the second time around.
Rook takes b5.
And the bobblehead is back. What?
But look at this. Rook b5, you have the light square control. So if you can get queen to g6, play bishop to h3.
Yeah, Bortnik has chances, especially if he drives the h-pawn and gets the 2 knights involved. There will be an attack.
Oh, man, knight h4. Okay, he went 8.
He wants h3 though. He probably could have even played it there. And he
hung the rook. He hung his rook.
Hikaru just hung the rook. Oh my God! 2 games of blunders for Hikaru back to back. Looks like he's lost his edge a little bit. Being up 2 sets, I guess will do that to you. But he's got to pull it together.
G5, bring your king to f5. Just play like this. Yep. And Hikaru still has winning chances here because the endgame is favorable for white. But he's trying to, if the knights get traded, one pair of knights, and black can take over the light squares. That's what Bortnik's hoping for. And Bortnik is not playing fast enough. He needs to play more quickly. Start trading pawns, so that way you can hold the draw.
Only 15 seconds, and he's going to put Hikaru in a position to win this game. If he doesn't speed up, you're right.
Oh, man, just play G4.
God,
I want him to play
Thank God
G4.
I have a non-branded sippy cup.
Take on D8. Take on H3. Play F4. Okay, he should play F4 next.
To draw, though, if he gets the pawns off now.
Take.
Bring the knight into F5.
He's going down a pawn, though. And it should be a draw probably in classical chess, but...
Yeah, but OTB is not to be had in bullet. You're right. Hikaru, he might milk out the victory.
Yeah, he's got this. Whoa, what a decision there.
That was just a bad decision, just in a lost king upon ending now, right?
There's no time. Wait, what? How did both sides queen? I turned away for a second to look at the chat.
I think Hikaru lost the tempo there somewhere, but I'm going to be honest, I blacked out over the last 17 moves.
Oh, man. So do you see the chat? Liv Terra says, would love if Bortnik did a Lafong the last game.
Would that be hilarious?
What if Hikaru just quit? Like he's about to win the match. And
he's just like, I'm not playing this.
Okay, but right now this
So
is
funny.
the makings of a potential attack for white. The black bishop on f8.
Hammer confirms we miscalculated. The pawn ending should have been a draw. So.
We did?
Yep.
I disagree with Hammer. Whatever.
And you have the microphone and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Bortnik strong.
Yeah.
Bortnik.
Look at the dark squares here. Knight goes to e4 to d6.
Yep, love it, love it. Highlight it. You talk it, I'll highlight it, baby, all night.
Uh-oh, he's breaking the pawn chain.
Yeah, he is. Bring that king up, though. Get in on that square.
He wants to go to d4. The king could have run to d4 in one move. It would have been great for
very nice move, g5, though, I think.
Rook e5, d4. Take on... Oh, he can't take on c5.
Yeah, the d4, the d pawn's running.
Yep.
And Hikaru picks up h6.
Uh-oh.
That's why I like g5, because it separated the pawn chain and prevented Bortnik from defending him.
Yeah, but I think the pawn is too advanced. So king g8 would have meant by rook h5.
Yeah, now you got to be careful if you're Hikaru. If this king gets in front, Hikaru could get mated.
Yep.
So Hikaru prevents that by holding the e-file.
Oh, nice move there.
So, is he going to... He's all in. Oh, there was no rook b8. Oh, my gosh.
Scared me, man. You always scare me with that.
But wait, was there? And then king g7 in the f-pawn.
Oh, you're... And then Oh, my gosh. You had a point.
I have no idea, but probably it doesn't work, because when am I ever right about calculation? I mean, but seriously, that looks super risky. Hikaru just winning and up on the clock. Bortnik pissed. He played the move queen a7. The reason he shakes his head there, everybody, is that's a no-no in queen endings, a crossfire check. Black was able to block the check and give a check at the same time.
And Hammer goes, Danny's right about this. Danny, you're so much better in bullet chess. I don't know what's happening.
Keep talking right now.
Yeah, you're just so good. You're so Hansel. Gosh.
You're so hot right now.
Well, here, Bortnik opting for the solid set. We saw Federico Ponta do this a lot yesterday, right? He played this sort of... Excuse me.
Ooh, he takes f6. Is that a blunder? Had to be. There's no way you're happy about this. The structure's falling apart. Put a knight on f5 and talk about how you're happy to see me. I'm going to make the queen dance on g7. Here he comes. Here he comes.
The queen's not
put
dancing.
the knight there. There you go.
And
look at Bortnik shaking his head to that g4 square, but it's not going to matter.
The queen's not dancing, Danny. If she's dancing with another man. So
we're slow dancing in a burning room right now. This relationship.
Queen d5. Oh, 97. He played.
97. He misses the fork. And he freaks out. And Bortnik freaks. Oh
no.
Man, we're with you, dude. He's good, man. He's good. Hikaru looks like he's about to fall asleep on this match. He goes.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Licks his lips. It's hilarious. Oh, man. I think the Bond Cloud might come out. Maybe we tell Hikaru he's not allowed to win the match unless he wins with the Bond Cloud in the last game. So the set will continue until he wins with the Bond Cloud.
Oh, no, and now he's going to win this game, too. Because Bortnik went for a sacrificial line, down a pawn. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. The king is safe. It's about to castle. The pin on d4 is annoying. It's just extra material for Hikaru Nakamura.
Well, regardless of the result, everybody, we will have Hikaru Nakamura for a post-match interview. Olexandr Bortnyk may or may not be able to join us. Some language barrier issues there, and unfortunately, also some chess barrier issues right now between him and Hikaru as Hikaru wins again before I can even complete my sandwich here. But, so stick around. Hikaru Nakamura will give us his thoughts on the event and where he goes from here in his bullet career.
There's nowhere to go but down, it feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, he can reach 3,300. That would be pretty sweet.
That's true.
Queen
That's true.
Nice move. Take it over the dark squares. You take. Rook e7. There's knight takes b7. The knight in c6 is hanging. But even there's knight takes d4 intermezzo. So it was a complicated position, complicated line. Here, knight c3 goes to a4 to c5 or b6. Here he's coming to c5 right away. Knight d7 is nice. You can't move your
double quickly on the
bishop a6. He blundered the pawn.
He should have.
Well, he took one of them. Didn't matter
which
which
one. He took the other
one.
pawn, but that allowed the knight to come into d3. So you might have been right. I think the a6 pawn was better.
And
Bortnik plays b4. I think challenging the c file may have been the better play there while the rooks were disconnected, but he missed it.
Just the a pawn is weaker than the b pawn because the knight in d2 is so strong. Rook a2. Bring your rook to a2.
Or rook a2. Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Now you can even just bring your king over. King f1, king e1.
Simplification killed the Bortnik. That's where he's going here. You could put the bishop on d1 to guard b3, or get the rooks off the board this way.
Compensation has been a Bortnik here, and it's just not going to happen for him. Rook d3. Okay, that rook might even get trapped there. Rook c1, trap the rook, then bishop to c2. Or rook c7, then bishop c2. Whoa!
Oh, but did he blunder? I guess he did.
He did, but actually he gets some compensation out of this. Put your bishop on e4. Bring your rook to the... Ooh! Rook c1, knight e4, rook takes e4. Bishop takes.
Finding some comp.
Yeah, but it's not enough. How many pawns does white up?
Hikaru's going to simplify it. And again, look at the clock.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the clock. I was looking at the board. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is a struggle.
He's so fast.
It's just too real. It's too real. So this h6 technique is not working out for Bortnyk, but he keeps going back to it because he's gaining space and some quick moves. But what's been happening is Black has been able to parry the threats and then go after the pawn later in the game. So look at this. It's like a French with your pawn on h6. And
this is match game right now. This is game, set, match, point now,
match
all in one.
You need to watch more tennis.
I knew that, but we don't have – never mind. We're going to figure out our terminology for future tennis / tennis matches. But it is game, set, match, point right now.
And he's up 14 seconds on the clock. He's up a pawn on the board.
On the board. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Hikaru Nakamura will be with us in the interview here in just a few moments. I'm just completely impressed, proud, flabbergasted. OMGs or snaps. I'm all shook up.
Shook up? Oh, I knew where you were going with that, Danny. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Bishop f6. Watch out for tactics here. Bortnik maybe gets this last game. Oh, no. Hikaru shakes his head and says, dude, I love you. But it's time to go back. It's time to go back to the lab. What are we going to do tomorrow? Try to beat Hikaru Nakamura at bullet.
I just feel bad for Bortnik. Like, he's bright red. He's just frustrated because
it's over. Yep. Well, I mean, okay, like he's a brilliant kid. Obviously a monster at bullet, but this is a match that no man can stand at this point. And Hikaru Nakamura indeed has won the first ever bullet chess championship. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. I've just been informed that we will actually have both players interview with a little bit of help from a face that you'll recognize in terms of translation. We're going to take our last and final break of the day, but I'm still watching all 7,462 of you with my evil dark web goggles. Sit right there. We'll be right back. And we are now rejoined by everybody here. We have the winner of the day, Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, along with the man who was right there with him all week and then fell here in the finals, Olexandr Bortnyk. Thank you, all of you, for being here with us in this post-event interview. So first, Hikaru, congratulations to you. And let me ask that we previewed the format yesterday and got your general thoughts on it then. Now, having played in our kind of unofficially dubbed Chennis format, what were your thoughts on it? Did you like the fact that draws didn't count toward the total score? If you would, please, I'm going to ask this player to Olexandr as well. What are your general feelings now, having played in the Chennis, the breaking down by game, set, and match format?
You want me to go first, or you want Olexandr to go first?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I mean, I guess first of all, I think if there is a mismatch, it definitely is going to favor the lower rated player without a doubt. So I think if there's a bit of a mismatch, if players aren't of the same caliber, then there's going to be quite a big difference. For me, it didn't really make it didn't matter. But I think, for example, if I played Ali Reza in this format or in the 30-minute format, I think it would have been extremely tight, and there would have been some luck depending on what the scores got to. Because I think if I played like Ali Reza or Magnus, you'd have a lot of matches where it's like 5-4 or 5-5 that it's really, really tight, and the match hinges on one or two games. So I don't know if that determines the better quality necessarily, as opposed to who plays better under the pressure. Now, you could say that's another way of looking at it, but for me, at least this time around, it didn't make a big difference. So I'm just happy to win.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. Do you mind relaying that question for Olexandr? What he thought of the format? Did he enjoy it, and what his general thoughts on this new way of grouping games together in chess, and that draws didn't count? Did he like that part?
Александр, я, видимо, перевожу для вас, да, но хочется услышать ваши мысли по поводу формата, по поводу, как игралось, и по поводу того, вот той идеи, что как в теннисе сеты несколько по-другому, да, очки считаются, чем в обычных шахматных турнирах.
Да, ну это первое, это вообще необычно для меня. Никогда с таким не видел даже. Я только узнал об этом сегодня, в принципе. Что-то перепутал полуфинал, прочитал, оказывается, финал совсем другая система. Но я думаю, результат вряд ли бы поменялся. Потому что слишком быстро играет Хикару. Если я подстраиваюсь под скорость, то начинаю все зевать абсолютно. А если немножко думать и ходы пытаться делать, то сразу разница там в 20 секунд. Надо еще много работать. Ну и плюс очень устал, потому что 3 дня подряд очень сильные соперники, плюс работа еще. И вот
Хорошо, спасибо. Давайте попробую перевести. Well, Alexander is saying that he had no idea about the format, actually. He actually confused it with the semifinals rules, and he just found out just before the final about this set and points. But he's saying that Hikaru is too strong, too fast. And when he's trying to play as fast as Hikaru, he blunders. And when he's trying to think, he's below, on time very fast. So there is a lot of time to work. And of course, he got tired a bit more because he needed to play all the qualifiers and qualifications. So well, basically, that's what he said.
Amazing. Thank you, Alexandra, and thank you, Olexandr. So Hikaru, then on that note, you've been referred to several times throughout the day as too strong, too fast. The anti famous phrase known from Magnus Carlsen's video with his trainer, too weak, too slow. So let me ask you, would Magnus Carlsen have a chance against you in this format?
I think in this format, I think it's going to be close no matter what. I mean, seriously, I know people are making a big deal out of what I wrote yesterday in the chat, but I do think that in general, the two people who have a chance against me in any format, regardless, are going to be Magnus and Alireza Firouzja. I think both of them, regardless, are going to have a chance. I think actually, if we play a long match, it's going to come down to a bit of luck and who wins at critical moments, whether it's straight up points or whether it's in this tennis format. So I don't think I would say that I think I'm the favorite, but I don't think it's clear at all that I would beat either of them.
Alexandra, would you mind asking Olexandr who he would pick in a match of 1-0 between Hikaru Nakamura and Magnus Carlsen?
Александр, возможно, поняли вопрос.
Да,
Ставки. Кого бы поставили в матч?
Каждый месяц проходит на Личес турнир, где играет Карлсен. Я, собственно, участвовал там тоже, играл и с Карлсеном, и с Хикару, но по скорости, конечно же, Хикару будет быстрее. По силе приблизительно равны, поэтому я бы поставил бы все-таки на Хикару.
Okay, well, the answer of Alexander, he does play in Lee Chess some tournaments, and he did play against Carlsen. But in his point of view, he's saying that Hikaru is faster in terms of, chess-wise, they're approximately same level. So his bet would be on Hikaru in the match between Hikaru and Carlsen.
Okay. Robert?
Wow. Yeah, there's just, Hikaru, you seem to get well ahead on the clock, which is typical for you. But did you have any specific strategy to stay a couple seconds ahead of Olexandr, knowing that in the past couple matches, he did extremely well when it came down to the wire on the clock?
Yeah, I think there's one big difference between me and like Maxime, for example, which is because I did watch the match yesterday between Olexandr and Maxime very closely. Which is that I think that in general, Olexandr is just as good as pre-moving as I am, but I'm much better at the anticipation of his pre-moves than Maxime is. So like when Maxime was up to 10 seconds in the match, it seemed like Olexandr was able to make all these pre-moves, gain the time, and Maxime was not anticipating, so he kept giving back the time advantage. And I think that was the big difference, is that unlike Maxime, I was very much able to anticipate the pre-moves and sort of see where they're coming from, simply because I'm so used to doing it as well. And I think that was the big difference, is that when I got up on time, I was still able to keep the time advantage because of that. So that I think was the big difference.
Shout out to Chess.com France, our French affiliate, who just rated us with that party of 191. Alexandra, I have a question for Olexandr that we previewed this match and showed some of the infamous swindles. I don't know how else to put it, where Olexandr just seems to anticipate, as Hikaru just alluded to, very well pre-moving opportunities, ways to trick his opponent, ways to take advantage of their pre-moves. There was a very famous stalemate yesterday against Sasha Grishuk, and I'm wondering if you could ask him, does he feel like that he has a good sense for that, of when his opponent is pre-moving and how he takes advantage of that, and whether he thinks that's a skill that can be learned and practiced if you play a lot of bullet.
Ну, вопрос насчет предсказаний, да, что ли, хода. То есть упоминали ваш эндшпиль с Гришуком, где вы предугадали его ответ, да, ну и пад возник на доске. То есть насколько вы считаете, что вот это предугадывание ответа соперника в буллете очень важно? Вот Хикару отметил сейчас, что, как ему кажется, вот эта разница во времени у вас в матче именно из-за того, что он предугадывал ходы лучше. И это идет из опыта. Насколько вы согласны, что вот такое предугадывание, оно очень важно в партиях по минуте, и для этого надо сыграть очень много партий буллет?
Да, я полностью согласен, что предугадывать надо, но я как-то последние матчи с осторожностью играл и наперед ходы не ставил в дебюте и практически до самого конца, поэтому, так сказать, проседал по времени, было всегда меньше. Хотя даже если я предугадывал ход, но какая-то осторожность все равно была и не ставил наперед. А у Хикару еще пару шахматистов, очень выработанная эта система, конечно. Постоянно угадывают ходы, даже взятие на проходе иногда ставят наперед. Бывали случаи, но да, тут я полностью согласен.
Well, Alexander totally agrees that it's very important to anticipate and to pre-move, right, sometimes. And, well, in this particular match, he was playing very cautiously and didn't really pre-move a lot of moves. And he agrees that, well, the strongest bullet players do anticipate moves very well. And but yeah, in this particular match, he didn't really rely on this anticipation and pre-move very much.
Got it. Well, we know that Hikaru has an amazing streaming channel, and if some of the nearly 7,000 of you didn't know that, go to twitch.tv/GMHikaru right now. We also have our guest here, Alexandra Kosteniuk, former Women's World Champion, competitor in the upcoming Women's Speed Chess Championship. Thank you, Alexandra. And you have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ChessQueen. But the natural next question is, now that Olexandr got a fancy new webcam that we made him buy for this match, is he going to start streaming? Will you ask him that? Tell him we're growing our audience in Russian and we can help him get started. We're ready.
Вопрос к вам насчет стримеров. Ну, упомянули, что Хикару часто стримит, много у него фолловеров и подписчиков. У меня есть свой канал, и вообще много шахматистов в последнее время стримят. А вот вас убедили купить новую камеру специально для этого турнира. Следует ли из этого, что можно ждать от вас какие-то стримы или трансляции в ближайшее время?
Да, я год назад попробовал сделать это, я даже организовывал матчи, мы играли, но там не было так хорошего компьютера еще, ну как-то потом забылось, не знаю, как получится. А сегодня по поводу камеры полдня искал, потому что магазины, как оказалось, в воскресенье здесь не работают, пришлось объездить всех друзей и взял у друга камеру под матч как раз, потому что не работала старая камера.
Но в планах есть открыть канал?
Ну, как бы канал есть, но пока времени особо нету, да и с английским все-таки беда пока. Пока подучу, тогда, конечно, скорее всего, да.
Okay, well, Alexander saying that he actually did start his channel about a year ago, and he was trying to do some streams, I mean, he has some intentions to continue. And about the webcam, actually, it was a very difficult task for him because it's Sunday, and apparently every shop was closed in the place where he is right now. So he spent a lot of time and finally found a friend who had a webcam who lent it to him. So that was quite hard for him to solve these technical issues as usual. And he does hope to start streaming, but for that he hopes to improve his English, and then he will do it eventually.
Well, thank you for that. That was, and we really do appreciate him securing the webcam at the last moment. But I don't really have any other questions.
I do. Danny.
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Hikaru, do you remember the last game you played against Olexandr before this match?
No, I mean I've heard about it, so obviously I'm aware of it. It doesn't surprise me. I was actually going to bring that up though. I was thinking that in general, if you're going to do thank you.
Thank you. I had to save the best for last.
Much appreciated. What I was going to say is I was thinking though in the set format you can't actually try that, because if you try it and it doesn't work, it's like you throw a game and you basically are toast. Like it's one game you can't do. But I was thinking in like an overall match, you could actually try stuff like that a bit more, because the game in an overall when it's game when every game counts, if it doesn't work but it works like 1 out of 2 even, or 1 out of 3, it might be worthwhile because you could tilt your opponent. Whereas in the set format you can't really try, because if it doesn't work, I mean psychologically you're just crushed. So it's interesting now that I think about it. But no, I didn't remember the game, but I mean he's tried it. I think Ali Reza has done it. Plenty of people have done it.
Well, I do have a follow-up question here about moves like that. Maybe not in the opening so much, but I remember watching Ali Reza play, and I don't remember if it was against you or in the qualifiers, but he would take a pawn that wasn't a free pawn, like he could just get his bishop captured, but because there's mutual time trouble, like how do you go about when to take a pawn or to put your rook on pre but attack the other person's rook? Like how do you time those decisions?
I mean, I don't really do that. I did it one time very famously against Eric Hansen a couple of weeks ago, and everyone I think has seen the clip of that, and it worked. But I was going to say, I don't really use that trick that often. I think the two people who are extremely good at that are Firouzja and Danya. They both like use that trick all the time against me, even in blitz, like when we get down 10 seconds. And Ali Reza did a bishop takes f2 against me yesterday.
Yes, that was what I was thinking about. Yeah.
It didn't work, but that's a trick and a skill that I don't really possess, so I can't comment in terms of like how to do it. But like if you want to know, like ask Ali Reza or Danny, because those guys are the guys who use that trick to max effect.
What I was going to ask about that is what do you think the biggest advantage of those tricks are? Obviously, it's only one game, even if it works. But are you kind of doing it because if it does work, then it's really kind of like, now it's pisses you off, right? Now it's like, is it more about the psychological potential to put your opponent on tilt than it is the fact that it may actually work? And maybe after Hikaru answers, maybe you could ask Olexandr why he does it. Is he trying to put his opponents on tilt?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I think it's twofold. I think if you're down, let's say it's like 7 seconds against 5 seconds, for example, I will flat out say that I'm not faster than Ali Reza or Dan. So when they do that and then they can make like 3 moves very quickly, it's a bluff, but if it works, then you're anticipating, then at the end of the game, assuming it goes wrong for you, you are actually slightly on tilt. So it's sort of an odds thing. And I think, like I said, I don't really do it and I don't know how to do it, but I think definitely it can tilt your opponents for sure.
Александр, вопрос про вот эти ходы, я даже не знаю, как это на русском назвать, штучки типа слон h6, слон bg7, насколько часто вы так шутите в партиях и используете такие приемы, и вообще смысл таких приемов, кроме того, что просто выиграть, съесть фигуру или материал, насколько это выгодно, может быть, это дестабилизирует соперника. Видимо, хотят услышать, почему вы не применили такой прием в сегодняшнем матче.
Во-первых, это как бы не совсем красиво так выигрывать. Вот в конце партии я еще понимаю, там действительно ты уверен, что соперник ходит наперед, ты все-таки играешь по минуте, ты не играешь в классику. Я смотрел комментарии, комментирую, что я грязно играл там в конце и тому подобное. Не соглашусь, потому что это как бы часть той самой минуты. А когда слон h6 играл, это обычно люди делают, когда много проигрывают подряд и начинают злиться, что у них не получается. И как бы на тебе, вот слон h6. Вот случай вот с Хикаро у нас такой был, что когда мы сыграли уже партии 90 подряд, и где-то большая разница в счете, где-то было 1-3 приблизительно. Я уже такой злой, уставший, я ему быстро слон на 6 пошел, и удалось забрать слона на G7, и он начал мне писать что-то, сообщение по-английски. Но у меня тогда английский был еще хуже, и я пока пытался включить переводчик, перевести, что от меня хотят, меня уже забанили. Я когда перевел, вижу, что он написал, что давай мы играем по-джентльменски, без этих штучек, если ты сейчас отменишь, то продолжим дальше. А если нет, то я тебя забаню. Я не успел, получается, ничего сделать. И в итоге 1,5 года был в бане, но вот он в прошлом году разбанил, мы начали опять играть. Так что такая смешная ситуация получилась, но, конечно, это так, очень редко употребляется, только когда злость. А других игроков тоже такое, что...
Okay, well, about the story with Hikaru, actually, Alexander said that by the time he played Bishop H6, they already played like 90 games, and he was losing approximately 1 to 3. I mean, in every, so he was very tired and disappointed, and he decided to use this trick just out of, and it worked out, and Hikaru. Texted something to him, and while he was translating, Alexander, he tried to translate what Hikaru texted. Hikaru already banned Alexander. Well, he figured out that Hikaru offered him to play like a gentleman way with no such dirty tricks, and but since it took time for Alexander to translate what Hikaru actually wrote, he was banned for 1.5 years. But now everything is fine. And well, Alexander is saying that he doesn't use these tricks very often. Usually when he does play something like this, it's either when he's very tired or disappointed and lost already like previously 10 games in a row, or it's on the very last seconds, and well, that's a part of bullet chess, he believes.
Makes sense. So, Hikaru, you forgive him for the trick then? That's
yeah, but I mean, I don't do it, but people can definitely do it. I mean, without a doubt, people can do it. I mean, it's the most basic and most annoying trick to have to deal with, especially if you play a fianchetto system, because every so often someone will try it. Ali Rez has done it many times, but you know, it is part of the game. And I will say that during this match today, I was actually, you will see, I was not making my third and fourth pre-moves immediately. I was sort of waiting to make sure he didn't do it. But I thought, especially as we got towards the third set, it was a real possibility that he would.
Right. Well, to answer the questions, there's been some questions about this whole discussion about the trick, so I promise I'm not replaying it for any other reason than that. The trick, everybody, is that when you're anticipating your opponent to have already pre-moved this next move, a6, you would play a move
A6 or D6. A6 or D6, right. I mean, anything but yes, or knight f6.
Right, so you're anticipating that your opponent has pre-moved something, and there's a very good chance in bullet that they do. They could pre-move a6, c6, d6, that's Hikaru's saying, right? And so the point is bishop h6 takes advantage of that pre-move and then wins on the spot with the move bishop takes g7, where you're not only winning a piece, but likely the rook that follows, which is why the fianchetto is typically one of the most devastating ways to do this sort of pre-move trick. So, Bell Sub, I saw your comments a few minutes ago, was just waiting, and for anybody who didn't know, now you know. And if you didn't know how great bullet chess was, now you know that as well. Thank you, everybody that has been here. This has been amazing. Honestly, so much. I don't know that we've had this much fun in a week on Chess.com in a very long time. So, Hikaru, congratulations. Again, Olexandr, also congratulations to you for having an amazing week. Honestly, of everybody, you're the only person who can say you played in every event, the first ever Bullet Chess Championship, starting from Wednesday through Sunday. So thank you for doing that, and congratulations. Alexandra, I'll let you relay my congratulations, hopefully, and then we'll say goodbye.
Александр, поздравляют с отличным выступлением, и можно сказать, что с уверенностью, что вы единственный игрок, да, который с четверга по воскресенье во всех турнирах приняли участие. Так что еще раз поздравляют с хорошей неделей и желают успеха.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you to both of our players again. Congratulations. Let's bring up our bracket one last time and remind everybody of how we got here as we say goodbye to our players as well as our guest translator. Thank you so much, Alexandra. And there you have it. Hikaru Nakamura wins the Bullet Chess Championship by a score of 3-0 in our set format. Well, this has been such a wild ride. We still have almost 6,000 people with us. It's been amazing. Thank you to everybody that is still here, as well as all of our mods, all of our subscribers. We had a lot of people subbing there in the last few moments, and we just didn't have a chance to say their names on screen, so thank you for that. Robert, I got nothing left in me, man. I got a Sunday at home right now. I'm thinking a little bit of grilling, a little bit of barbecue. I don't know what's on the docket yet, but I'm going to stop by the grocery store on the way home.
Some grilling and chilling for you?
Yeah, grill and chill.
You know what I'm thinking about?
What?
My haircut. I can't wait for it. It's been a long time coming.
You and me both.
I grew out the Grizzly Adams look just for this competition here, but it's time, right? You know, they say in A Star Is Born, maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let all these dead ends die and just cut that all out. So
you can avoid split ends by using a very nutrient-rich shampoo, one that hydrates your hair and doesn't leave it dry and frizzled.
You know, I got those natural curls, baby.
That's right. You got that. You got Garnier Fructis coming out of your hair naturally, right?
Well, today was done purposely. Usually it's not. I just let it flow. Let it flow. I don't hold it back anymore. So I feel like I'm ready to do a whole nother show.
I know. This has been so much fun. Hikaru, thank you. Bortnik, thank you. Everybody, really, really appreciate you being here. All of our moderators, everybody that makes this possible. There's so many people behind the scenes. Simon, Nick, everybody who's working so hard. Shout out to Studio C. Let's get a shot one more time. We've actually got a guest here who's been spying over the shoulder of my man Aaron, learning what he can. If we can get the Studio C on camera, not sure if we can. There you go. There you go. What's up, guys? Just working so hard over there. You're so cute. Hit that like. Hit that like. Do your thing. You do you.
Is he Dr. Pepper?
Hit the follow extension. Get it. Give him a follow. Our guy learning from Aaron, Hawaii. Thank you to everybody that's here. We're gonna send things off. Whoever we're raiding and hosting, I don't know. I just work here and do what they tell me to do.
Is it Lawrence Trent versus Greg Shahadi time?
That's right.
Oh my gosh! Don't go anywhere because that's an epic matchup.
Epic matchup. One that. Well, I'm not even gonna predict a winner. Robert, enjoy your Sunday afternoon. Peace, love, and happiness to all of you.
To you as well, my friend.
Until next time, peace out, everybody.
See ya.